Hello and welcome back to day 2 of CQ at Summit, our AWS certification quiz show live at Sydney Summit 2019. Today we're going to be looking at the security specialty exam, and I'm so excited to have a fantastic lady with me today. Maria, tell me a bit about what you do here at AWS.
I'm a solutions architect. I'm based here in Sydney, so I work with a wide variety of customers, helping them trying to find a suitable solution to the problem or the challenges that they're having.
And recently specializing in security, right?
That is absolutely correct. Well,
awesome.
It's my area of depth.
Fantastic to have you here. So if people out there are thinking of sitting this particular exam, what type of job roles would be good to look at this particular specialty exam?
That's actually an interesting question, because to me, security is important. Security is job zero. So to
Absolutely.
me, having basic fundamental knowledge of security is important to anyone in IT field as such,
okay.
But especially to those who wants to go deeper in that subject.
Fantastic. So, shall we jump into our questions, Maria?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Question 1 of the day, network gateways. You want to pass traffic securely from your on-premises network to resources in your Amazon VPC. Which type of gateway can be used on the VPC?
Okay, so to begin with, VPC is an isolated network that you have. You can use to spin up your resources on AWS.
Okay.
And so the question asks us how we can securely transfer information between that isolated patch of network and your on-premises resources. So there are a couple of options. So let's have a look at the answers.
All right.
First of all is Internet Gateway.
Yeah.
Internet Gateway allows you to connect your VPC resources to the internet. So to me, yes, it may work. Is it secure? Maybe so, maybe not. Let's have a look at the second one. So second one says Amazon Virtual Private Cloud Endpoint. And yes,
Private's in there.
private is in there, although I don't think it will achieve what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Virtual Private Gateway sounds like a very reasonable and correct answer, because what it allows you to do is exactly what the question is asking us about. It's allowing to connect your on-premises network to your VPC on the cloud and do it privately, meaning secure. So
secure
the
equals
last
good,
one,
right, Maria?
and the last one is Amazon Virtual Private Cloud Peer, which is technically something that exists, but it's not applicable quite to the situation, because it talks about two VPCs that are already in the cloud talking to each other. So I would go for answer number 3.
All right, so perfect reminder to everyone watching us online, anyone on the floor, please feel free to follow along on the online chat. We've got John with us again today, checking out questions coming into us. John, where's the poll up for this question?
Everyone agrees with you, Maria. Number 3, and the answer is?
Number 3.
Number 3, very
Off
good,
to a
everyone.
great start.
That was an easy one. Let's get another one.
Let's go to question 2.
How about the harder one?
SSH.
Let's go for the harder one.
You attempt to use SSH to access Amazon EC2, but are unable to do so. What would not be a possible cause?
Okay, so let's have a look at the options that we have here. And SSH, hey? So SSH means we're trying to connect to a Linux instance.
Okay.
And
clues in the question again.
So the first option says you have an incorrect key. Quite a possible option, because in order to connect to an EC2 instance, you need to have SSH keys. So by not having the right one, it's quite possible that is the reason why you can't connect to your EC2 instance.
Yeah.
Now, the second option is the security group attached to the interface does not allow SSH. And again, it does ring true, because by definition, by default, all the resources are private, and you need to specifically allow for SSH to come in order to connect to your instance. So if you don't have SSH allowed, then SSH connection will not happen, meaning number 2 is a correct answer as well, as in like it can be a reason why you can't connect.
What do we think about
that? Number 3, you have an incorrect role assigned to the Amazon EC2 instance. Now, The role that's assigned to EC2 instance are usually used in the context when you need to allow that particular instance to get access to other AWS resources.
Okay.
So, which is a great thing. But in the context of the question, it has nothing to do with me trying to access EC2 instance, because a role attached to EC2 instance is about EC2 instance being able to do something, right? So to me, it sounds like this is our candidate. And let's have a look at the fourth one.
On the poll, Maria, they are going with number 4 at the minute. Let's talk through.
Let's talk through the fourth one. So the fourth one is the Amazon EC2 instance does not have a public IP address attached to it. Now, with EC2 instances, depending on where you're trying to access it from, right? If I am trying to access my EC2 instance across the internet, then somehow I need to find it. And the way I find it is usually by IP address. So it doesn't have to be this way. I may be trying to access it internally within the VPC, but it's not clear from the question. So to me, it's quite possible that I'm trying to access the instance across internet, and if it doesn't have IP address attached to it, then I will not be able to find it, which is quite possible reason for not being able to access the instance, right? So out of the 4, the first, the second, and the fourth are all possible reasons for me not to be able to jump on my EC2 instance.
So favourite number 3.
My
Online
favorite
poll,
is.
John, have we changed after listening
all
to
over
Maria?
The place. 3, 4.
Let's reveal the answer, shall we? Number 3 it is. Thank you so much, Maria. Let's move on to question 3.
Let's move to question 3.
Just a reminder for everyone on the exhibition floor, please come see us. We're at the live Twitch stand. Come, grab t-shirts, grab stickers. Come and watch us live. Question 3.
Question 3.
You need an Amazon EC2.
Well, we have the answer shown already.
Oh.
We'll just pretend that never happened.
See, that's why I need you next to me.
I wonder if everyone will get it
through
right.
it anyway.
Okay.
You need an Amazon EC2 instance to be able to access an object in an Amazon S3 bucket. What is the most secure way to do this? Might already know the answer, but we'll give you a few tips anyway.
Well, let's talk through the possible options and talk about why or why not it can be the answer.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're trying to access an object from EC2 instance into S3 bucket.
Yep.
And as I just talked about roles being used to grant EC2 instances access to resources on AWS, role is the option I would probably go for. So if we look at the, do I need to wait for it? Okay, cool. So the first option is create an IAM user with necessary permissions and store the credentials on the EC2 instance.
Yep.
Technically, will it work? Yes, it will.
Okay.
Is it the most secure way to do this? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Security on AWS, it's all about minimizing the use of long-lived credentials. So by provisioning EC2 IAM user, then it means we're using long-lived credentials, which is not great. Again, as I said, will it work? Yes. Is it most secure? No. Create an IAM role with the necessary permissions and assign the role to the EC2 instance. As I said, this is the preferred way, and I personally would vote for this option to be the right answer.
Poll check, John?
Mostly 2s for some reason.
Okay, and in this instance, as I said, the role allows us to generate short-lived credentials for the EC2 instance to jump onto S3 and access the resources in S3, which is the best way to do it.
So clearly number 2, but can you run us through why 3 and 4 would not be good?
So create a bucket policy that permits access by the EC2 instance. Now, I don't think that's a great idea, and I don't think that's going to work.
Okay.
Bucket policies allow IAM users or accounts to be able to access resources on S3. EC2 instance is not a type of objects that would be able to do that. And number 4 is give the EC2 instance a signed URL for the bucket. Look, signed URL is a great example of accessing resources on S3 securely, but this is not the best way to use it in this context. Signed URLs are great when you need to give private access to resources in S3 to users of your web application, for example, that authenticated through your web application. So it's one of the use cases. So that's why 3 and 4 are not the right answers, I think.
So, I mean, I think we're pretty confident with the answer on this one, Maria.
Are we?
I don't know what tells me that.
Yeah?
No, but not even 100% on the poll going for 2. Let's reveal the answer, shall we, John?
Can people actually, can people change their mind, by the way, on the poll?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on without revealing the answer this time.
Yep.
Phishing, everyone's
Phishing.
favorite topic.
I love fishing.
You have noticed that your web servers have come under a phishing attack. You have identified the IP address that is the source of this attack. What should you do to mitigate this attack? Maria.
Okay, so not the best situation to be in, I would say. But tell you what, it happens and you need to be prepared.
Okay, talk us through
So
it.
let's have a look at the options. Configure a route table that directs packets from this IP address to a fictitious Amazon EC2 instance. Look, even from moral point of view, I don't think it's right. Not that it's a good option for the solution. So sounds
Is that
like
a honey bucket that sometimes people call it?
Could be, but I think it's not the right answer because fictitious Amazon EC2 instance is not going to help you. And routing traffic to, black hole can be the answer, but I don't think it's the answer in this case. Now, the second option is configure the network ACLs to block traffic from this IP address.
Sounds pretty good to me, Maria.
Sounds good to me. So the network access control list allows you to allow or deny access into your VPC for specific IP addresses. And since we know that, and since we have the ability to deny traffic, this sounds to be like a great example of how you can use it.
But let's still look at the next answers.
Absolutely.
Always good.
I would say that it would be also a great option if you could automate that response. So remediation, when you're being attacked, automatically update on network ACLs to block the traffic.
Okay.
So number 3 is configure the security group for your web servers to deny any protocols from this IP address. The gotcha with security groups is that it's a stateful firewall, and the way it works is that you allow traffic to flow in. There is no way you can deny traffic. So it's implicit deny, meaning that unless you allow traffic to flow in, it will be denied.
Okay.
But in this instance, we want to deny the traffic, so network access control list, because we want to block that one particular IP. So I think security groups will certainly not be able to help you deny traffic.
Check. Hey.
Yep.
Hey, test.
Contact the AWS help desk and ask them to put a block
hey,
on
1, 2.
the offending subnet.
Testing. Cool.
With AWS and with the tooling that the customers have, you have full
Mic
control
1, check. Hey,
and
1, 2.
ability
Test.
to do,
Check. 1, 2.
to put controls in place.
Got it.
So I would be looking in trying to have your own remediation. You can ask help desk to do things for you, but since you already have tools and ability to change things around, you should be able to do that for yourself.
So number 2?
I would say number 2.
John, how are we looking? Any questions online?
Looking like number 2 as well.
Okay.
Number 2, let's reveal the answer. Number 2 it is. Maria, thank you so much for being with us today. We actually have Maria back again this afternoon with us for the next round of security questions. Please come down and visit. We're on the exhibition floor here at Day 2 Sydney Summit. Thank you, everyone.